today. From M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, Maryland, it's Week 5 of the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens taking on Joe Burrow and the Cincinnati Bengals.
With Chesapeake Bay gleaming in the distance, we are inside M&T Bank Stadium near the Inner Harbor in Baltimore, Maryland. Here's the scene a short time ago. The Ravens introduced to this sellout crowd, and through a sea of pyrotechnics, out they came from the tunnel. We're set to go as the Ravens get ready to match up with the Cincinnati Bengals. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Raven team as they get ready here. It's been all systems going this first month. They're off to a 4-0 start.
And it's got folks believing that this is a team that's built to go all the way. You can't win the Super Bowl in September, but they're telling everyone that they're going to be there in the end.
Meanwhile, for the Bengals here, they were losers their last time out. They're going to try to get back in the win column, but obviously they're going to have to do that in a hostile environment.
And sometimes it actually works to your advantage. Now you've got to band together your team, the us against the world mentality. Let's see if they can use it and get a victory.
Here come the Bengals now to take over. They'll be led out by the #1 overall pick back in April. From LSU, it's Joe Burrow.
I love just about everything about him. Love his game, love his makeup, love his moxie. One of my favorite words. This guy's a competitor. Gritty, tough, you name it, he's got it. But he did throw an interception in last week's game. That contributed to a loss. And despite the fact he threw 3 touchdown passes, he's going to be out there redoubling his efforts and trying to play better.
And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
He was brought down at the 28.
The numbers for Mixon last week: 16 carries, 54 yards, and a touchdown.
I was so glad you asked for a couple of offensive linemen to talk to before the game, because they told us that in last week's contest, everything was clicking. Didn't matter whether they were doing gap scheme, zone scheme, power, whatever it was working. And they expect more of the same in this game, although they're prepared for some adjustments by the defense they expect to see.
A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow flushed out right. Burrow on his toes that time as they get the first down.
It's a gain of 10.
We just saw a nice example of why teams often bring in baseball guys to teach quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy. Make sure he doesn't get hurt. He did exactly that on that play. A perfect slide to avoid the big hit and pick up a first down.
And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Burrow's pass.
The tight end, C.J. Uzomah, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
On 3rd down, Burrow. Going deep downfield for Ross. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Well, give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
That's exactly what defenses talk about. You've got to find ways to get off the field when you can, especially on 3rd down. And 3rd down defense going to be vital in this game. Able to knock that one away and force a 4th down.
They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The reigning league MVP Lamar Jackson trotting onto the field and leading the way now in his third season in the National Football League as this Baltimore offense gets set to go.
And to me, he's one of the two most difficult guys in the league to game plan for in the NFL, and I add Patrick Mahomes in that category. But just about every team we talk to getting ready for Lamar Jackson says the exact same thing. We've got to slow him down running the football, yet no one's been able to really do it consistently. Now, the most impressive thing about his game to me, how he's developed as both a passer and a leader. His team believes in him.
A look there at Ingram's numbers from a week ago. There isn't a coach alive who wouldn't like those numbers. Well over 100 yards and a touchdown, too.
Partner, I think all the coaches who are in that great coaching box in the sky would take those numbers.
So dead or alive?
Either way, they would take that kind of production.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Jackson escaping the pressure right. Now he'll pull it down. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation. On 3rd down, Mark Ingram. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Jackson's not much there, only a yard.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Dancing to his left, and that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
Nice play there to force the incompletion, and to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches. Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well, incomplete.
Now a hit and a loose football.
Fumble on the play, recovered by the receiving team.
And that's what friends are for.
Right. As the returner, you know who you're buying dinner for later.
Oh, without a doubt, because he just took care of you and your team in a big way. You know, you turn it over there, that's a big momentum changer and put your defense in a bad spot.
On the slant, complete to Green. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. So finally completes his first pass. Credit the defense, though. They've been showing him some different looks, keeping him off balance.
Yeah, I like the observation that you had there, because when you give him different looks and give any quarterback different looks, it takes just a little bit longer to process sometimes, and you don't throw the ball with the same confidence. You're not sure that that's where you should go with the football, and that's working the defense early in this game. And now he's got his first completion. Let's see if his confidence comes back and he starts to get into a nice little groove.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. Got an open man. That's C.J. Uzomah. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10.
That was a nice throw out there to the flat, but they defended that pretty well. The hope is to go ahead and put it on him so he can turn and get upfield and gain additional yardage. There just wasn't anywhere to go on that play.
On 2nd down, here's Mixon. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. 15 yards on the play, first down.
Taken down.
And a good pickup there by Mixon, and that shows the talent that he has. Back-to-back 1,000-yard seasons, 4th in the NFL in 2018, 9th last year. But I look for those numbers to jump back up again with the introduction of new talent in Cincinnati.
They'll fight forward for a couple down inside the 40.
Joe Mixon, the ball carrier.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes.
Joe Burrow sacked.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
A few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. Now Joe Burrow on 3rd and long. He's got his man, Boyd. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 25-yard line. Boy, a nice play there as they wind up converting on 3rd and 15. Flag comes in. This might be a free play. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down.
Offside, defense.
So with the completed pass and the yardage they got, they'll decline. The penalty.
So obviously more yards on the pass completion than they would have gained with the penalty. They did the math, they did it well, and it works for them.
From the red zone now, here's Burrow, first down. That is caught at the 7-yard line. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion.
Brings up 2nd.
Nice job there by Tyler Boyd, finishing off the connection on the throw. Over 1,000 yards receiving each of the last 2 seasons, with 90 catches in 2019.
And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Joe Mixon, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bengals are going to take a first-quarter lead. A solid blocking up front from the guys on the offensive line allowed him to get in for the touchdown.
Yeah, some might say that the guys on the offensive line were in concert. I used to have a coach who called it marrying up, meaning when you get on a guy, you just stay right there, and each guy has his own assignment. That allowed the runner to make the big move towards the end zone.
Now it's Barner. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
Take over 1st and 10. At their own 26-yard line.
Baltimore set to take over here for their 2nd possession of the game. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. Don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
10 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and inches at the 36-yard line.
A good position to be in here, 2nd and inches. They run. It's Mark Ingram. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a first down, pick it up, and keep moving.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
38-yard line, 2nd and 11. And now Jackson will look to throw it. He's going to find his receiver, Chris Moore. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson. He gets it to Brown, complete. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Marquise Brown, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Ravens are an extra point away from tying the football game. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. So that drive spanned 5 plays, and it's capped off by the Baltimore score.
Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. Cincinnati set to take over once again. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. Give them a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, sometimes as a running back, you've got to be able to improvise when the hole's not where you expect it to be. But in this case, there wasn't any improvisation that he could do that was going to work. Kind of like if you're trying to be a...
And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Derek Wolfe popping in for the sack.
A loss of 6 yards.
And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
And that is incomplete.
I'll tell you what, these last couple of drives, much better from a defensive perspective. They gave up a touchdown on the opening drive, and then after forcing a punt on their last possession, it looks like they're going to get the football back again.
They call that a punt of 38 yards officially.
Ravens take over 1st and 10.
The ball switches back over to Mark Ingram and the Ravens. Whatever he was doing in September, they're hoping that that carries over now to October because he was sensational last month.
He absolutely was, and we all know where it started at the end of last season, right? All the offseason preparation, the weight workouts, the sprints, right? The vision that he had, what he was going to do this season, and of course it all came together with the rest of the team. Those big fellas up front, leverage, and boy, are they getting downfield, creating extra blocks for them.
They really are. Everyone's been doing their job so far to create those holes.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
Throwing on 1st down, it's Jackson. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Another 1st down, this time on a gain of 19.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? On first down, Ingram looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage.
Taken down right at the line of scrimmage.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
2nd and 10 at the Bengals' 19-yard line.
7-7, our score after 1.
Score tied 7-7.
On second down, Jackson flush to his right. He's going to take off with it and able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at third down. The Ravens on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. From the gun, Jackson. And that'll be taken in by Andrews for a Ravens touchdown. Mark Andrews, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Ravens have taken the lead.
Justin Tucker lining up.
You got to figure down by the goal line. This is where a tight end earns his money, in the high traffic area. And he's able to work free in the middle of the end zone and grabs that one for a touchdown.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And that makes the score 14-7.
Bengals 7. Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Tucker down to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
25-yard line.
Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Now a good running play here to start the drive. That'll net them 14 yards as they pick up the first. Now it appears we've got an injured Raven down there on the field. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now Joe Mixon. And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41.
Taken down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
On second down, Burrow. This is caught. It's Boyd. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens 39.
It's a gain of 20.
Well, remember, they tried to give him the ball and let him run on the last play, but I think the light bulb went off in their play caller's mind, and this time they get it to him the more conventional way, and it's much more successful as well.
So in Raven territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Burrow going to give this to Mixon. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
That's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. Now it appears we've got an injured Raven down there on the field. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. Mixon with a first down carry. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this time. What we call run fits, everyone was in the right place.
And now they will throw it with Burrow. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. And the return will stop them well inside their own 20 at the 15-yard line. Those INTs all sting. When you throw one in the red zone, I think especially as a rookie, maybe it stings a little bit more.
I think what you're saying is they don't all count the same, do they? Right? Interceptions in the red zone that you've given up points now, those are precious. So you have to learn from those and in a hurry.
After the interception, here's Jackson, eluding the pressure right. Going to throw right side here, complete. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped.
That's good for a Baltimore.
Successful start to the drive, 17 yards. It moves the sticks.
At the 32-yard line.
Good catch there by Mark Andrews, who was Lamar Jackson's favorite target last year. They came in the same draft class and quickly got in sync with each other. Andrews led the team in receptions with 64 last year for 852 yards en route to his first Pro Bowl.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 12 yards to pick up there. Good for a Raven first. He's obviously a bit of a shorter running back. Sometimes when he goes up the middle like that, he gets lost in there and then he pops out for 10, 20 yards.
I actually asked NFL linebackers if that was true. Do you actually lose sight of some of the smaller running backs? And all of them confirmed that that can be a problem. Think of it this way. 2 of the top running backs in NFL history, Emmitt Smith, Barry Sanders, both 5'10".
The tackle by
Logan Wilson that time there to bring him down.
Brings up
Look, all any running back wants is a little bit of room, a little bit of space in order to maneuver. But he also understands how difficult it is for his offensive line up front. So if they give him any space, he realizes his job to make more out of it than what they give him. Picks up 3 on that carry.
And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 31-yard line. 22 yards there, a first down.
And that was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver. Although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice game.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
He was brought down by
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
And he is going to be close to a first down as the tackle made at the Bengals' 15-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. He will push his way down to about the 14. Mackenzie Alexander in on the tackle.
a gain of a yard.
Now that's the type of play that'll fire up a defense. Hold them to 1 yard on a first down run. It'll be interesting to see if the offense decides to press the run at all, or if they'll abandon it now after gaining only 1 on that play.
On 2nd and 9, Jackson. And he's got his man in stride, complete. They'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Willie Snead, his 3rd touchdown now on the year as the Ravens push further out in front. Touchdowns on their first 3 possessions, and they're a PAT from going up 21-7.
Yeah, very impressive the way that they've moved the football. Full command of their playbook, full command of the way they wanted to attack.
Tucker with the extra point, and it's now 21-7.
Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
Joe Mixon and the rest of his offense making their way back onto the field. And I'm wondering if maybe they don't go away from him on this drive a little bit. He's been great, but they haven't scored a lot of points.
I think they still have to show him as a threat. Make sure he touches it a few times, but as you pointed out, use him as a...
And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Calais Campbell make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Now Burrow. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Calais Campbell in there to get him. And on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
So, Brandon, we sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Intended for Joe Mixon.
You tell they wanted to get that ball downfield. They had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Taking a couple yards shy of midfield. A pretty good punt there, but also a nice return of 12 yards. And the Ravens set up well to begin their drive as it'll begin in enemy territory already. And we shift our attention to Mark Ingram. He's been good. His guys are winning. So far, the recipe working here in the second quarter.
He doesn't like to just tote the rock. He wants to carry his team on his back, and that's what he's done throughout this game.
Yeah, he's done that. He'll be hoping to continue that trend. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
2-yard line.
On 2nd down, Ingram. Always got some breathing room. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. A gain there of 21 yards.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Ingram. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line.
The tackle made by...
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
They're looking at a 2nd and 8 now from the 10. Forced out to his left. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Mark Andrews with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Ravens will extend their lead. Now he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the second quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback.
5-yard line.
Joe Mixon and the Bengal offense ready to go back to work. And the ground game's been good, but they're losing here in the second quarter. Can they use that ground game maybe to work the air attack a little bit more?
I think so, because now you can throw play action off of being able to run the ball effectively.
But I think the ball's out, but this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. They'll contain him to just 4, 2nd down. Well, this hasn't been their cleanest first half of football. Last thing they wanted to do was give it up to the opposition, but able to keep it as it goes out of bounds.
Yeah, tough first half, no doubt about it, but if they turn it over there, now things turn a little, how would you say it, dire, and they didn't need that hassle at all. So being able to take care of the football is paramount. Fortunate bounce for them there in order to retain it.
And he's brought down after a very nice gain. A gain there of 21 yards.
21 yards.
A great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know, who can really blaze. He's got a lot of speed.
And that speed can work for him so many different ways. Sometimes he just takes off and goes and just runs past people. Sometimes you get people to back off so far that you can catch everything underneath. But still, at some point in the game, you probably have to make some contested catches, right? Sometimes you have to go up and beat a defender for the football. He has that in his arsenal as well.
Showed it right there. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
Gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
Four yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Again, it's Burrow. Throwing right, and that's complete. Tyler Boyd, he's going to go. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Tyler Boyd, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bengals are able to cut into this lead.
Randy Bullock lining up.
That pass also evens the ledger for the rookie quarterback. Had the interception earlier, and now he gets the touchdown throw.
The ideal touchdown-interception ratio is, what, 3-to-1 for the best quarterbacks? But he's a rookie. Just getting back to even is a big deal. Increases the confidence his teammates have in him as he tries to become their leader.
Now it's Barner. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Mark Ingram now gears up to help lead this offense back out there. He's in his zone, 2nd quarter, already closing in on a 100-yard game.
And that's the magic number for a running back. Anytime you get to that triple digits, that's all you're looking for. But he's got a chance to really exceed that in this one.
Yeah, he does. That's been the gold standard for a long time, hasn't it, that 100-yard mark?
It really has, and that never has to shift because it's in a game. It's a 1,000-yard mark. I'm wondering, since we've gone from 12 to 14 to 16 games, maybe we need to up that a little.
Steps away to his left. Man open left side is Brown. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 15 yards on the play, 1st down.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a 1st down.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. We'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Jackson throwing on target to Brown. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. 13 yards as they've got the connection working. His 2nd catch in a row, 1st down. And now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the first half.
And he's going to break our statistician, Marvin, isn't he? Because Marvin right now is just tallying it up. Hope his hand doesn't hurt too much doing this or keeps hitting the calculator. But my goodness, what a start he is off to. By the end of this game, he could have monster numbers. He just wants to continue to be accurate.
Mark Ingram, the ball.
It's Logan Wilson there to bring him down.
On the tackle.
Brandon, we just saw the benefits of being able to run the ball successfully. They pick up 4 yards on that carry. So now if you're a play caller, you can do just about anything you want. But on the defensive side of the ball, you're scrambling a little bit. Now you're behind trying to figure out, do I need to blitz him? Do I need to pressure him? How do I gain an advantage on this snap?
Incomplete.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
On 3rd down, Jackson. Going for Boykin, but it is intercepted. Mackenzie Alexander with a pick. And he will bring this across midfield to the 49-yard line. Bill, he had a little bit of the turnover bug last week. 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 12 yards that time at a Cincinnati first down. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Joe Mixon there out of the backfield. That'll bring up second down.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. That's caught by the tight end, Drew Sample. And he gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
And it's 3rd down.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives him a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
And that is incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
And Bullock will put this one through, and that will get the disadvantage now back down to 11.
28. Bengals 7.
These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. You've got under a minute to go here until halftime. You got the good-sized lead. No need to do anything crazy.
No, there really is no need to do anything crazy. The smart play, go ahead and take your lead into the locker room and then try and add to it in the second half. But
well, this is taken in. It's complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. They'll get 34 yards there.
1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Jackson from the shotgun. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. From the gun, it's Jackson. That'll be taken in there by Miles Boykin. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout, as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1.
1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. Flushed out right. And now he's going to use his legs. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up 2nd down.
Well, he strung it out as far as he could, and I like the fact that he kept his eyes downfield, but he finally ran out of time and room. But I'll take that over forcing it downfield and possibly having it intercepted.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Jackson escaping the pressure right. And he's going to keep it here. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down to about the 21 or 22. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down. Throwing is Jackson. They'll roll him out right. And he's going to lose a yard or 2. Taken down behind the line. So on 4th down, here's the Ravens Pro Bowl kicker Justin Tucker out onto the field. It's a 39-yard attempt, right hash. Tucker's kick is good.
It is good.
And that will get the lead up to 14.
Ravens 31.
So a capper there to a pretty good first half.
And I love the way that they put a chokehold on the clock and pretty much drained everything before they put the field goal on the board as they headed into the half.
That's fielded on the back line of the end zone. And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback.
25-yard line.
No reason to do anything foolish as they'll snap it one more time on first down. He'll take the knee, and the final couple seconds will tick by in this first half. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you guys in a bit. But first, let's take a look around the NFL here on this first Sunday of October. We'll start up in the Steel City, Heinz Field in Pittsburgh. And it's the Eagles who are out in front. Marquise Goodwin, a touchdown reception. From there, we head to Foxborough to check on the Patriots at home at Gillette Stadium. And they lead the visiting Denver Broncos at the half. Cam Newton with a couple of touchdown passes there. Finally, we're off to Atlanta to check on the Falcons at home at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. And they've got the lead in their ball game over the visiting Carolina Panthers. 2 touchdown passes there for the former MVP, Matt Ryan. In the game you're watching, we've seen a strong first half out of Lamar Jackson. He's thrown for over 200 yards already, and his guys have the lead as well. As we get you back to Brandon Gaudin.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Ravens ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
The Ravens take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
So here are the Ravens to take over on offense. They're working on a 4-game winning streak, and they lead this one as well right now as they start first and 10. A first throw for the backup Griffin. Brought in left side by Snead. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
This pass into the arms of Snead. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets, because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
Ball carrier.
9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
It's a gain of 9.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
They'll keep it on the ground. Ingram, and he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, "Are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down." They love being physical.
On first down, it's Ingram. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
Flush to his right. to the end zone, but it's incomplete. Marquise Brown was the intended target, and it's third and short.
As soon as I saw him break contain and get outside, my first thought and my eyes gravitated downfield, because nowadays, most of these quarterbacks, when they do that, they want the big play downfield. They don't want to throw it short. In this case, he took the shot. It fell incomplete.
The gain of 5 that time gives him the conversion and makes it first and goal.
First and goal at the 6-yard line.
They'll run here with Ingram. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Mark Ingram with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Ravens will add on to their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the third quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback.
25-yard line.
So here are the Bengals now as they get their first possession of this second half. And their halftime hole now even deeper. And they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
It's second and inches.
Partner, I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
4 yards there as they let him out of the pocket, and he got enough for the first. We've seen the pressure get to him several times in this game. There, though, we see him escape it.
And we've seen this rookie video before as well. That type of pressure, oftentimes, what do you resort to? Your legs, try and escape. What you hope is that this doesn't become habit for him, that he learns how to handle the pressure, still keep his eyes downfield, and make some throws.
A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
Brings up second and a yard.
Oh, they go with a tight end carry. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming.
You got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow looking for Green, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters. And he'll get it all the way down inside the 35-yard line. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
Number 21.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, second and 2.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up second and 2 at the 26-yard line.
Ingram again. And he's stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on third down.
Leader brought him down.
The good run on first down followed up by a not-so-good run on second down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on third down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
And he gets this down to the 18. Good enough for a first down.
The ball didn't work very well on that play. Defenders on third and short know it's going to be a quick read. And really, the quarterback's just going to turn around and hand it off. So that way, you're able to diagnose the play and try and get to the point of attack. But when you're dealing with a fullback, it's hard to knock him backwards.
They'll throw on first down with Griffin. Looking for Snead, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 12. And now look at him go. He's at the 30, the 20. And he will bring it back. It's a pick six for a Bengals TD.
I think this is where you have to have the term situational football in your head, because this game is pretty much in the palm of your hand, and the one thing you can't afford to do, turn the ball over. Now you've given the patient a little bit of a heartbeat, haven't you? And now they're feeling it, and they're back in this game.
Yeah, still a little bit of a lead, but that makes things more interesting. We're still just in the third quarter here. Bullock good on the extra point. And the lead will be cut down to 14. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
At their own 24-yard line.
The ball switches back over to Mark Ingram and the Ravens. He's been a good workhorse. I know we use the word workhorse a lot, but he's been a good workhorse for him in this one.
No doubt about it, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's what you're looking for if you're a back, because that means everything's coming together for you. The big guys up front have created space. You've run through it. You've probably got some help even from the wide receivers who want to catch passes as opposed to block, but they're helping out too.
Yeah, everyone's pitching in. He's had a good game. And the ball on the 30. Here's 2nd and 4. They'll keep it on the ground. Ingram. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
They'll run on first down. It's Ingram. And across midfield he goes and into Bengal territory. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
8 yards.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
On 2nd down, it's Ingram. And flags come in as he gets forward for about 3 yards. And let's check on the call.
Offense.
So some holding over on the left side of that O-line.
And I know for the guys trying to move those big defensive people, they'd love for them to stay in one spot, but they move around so quick and so fast that sometimes you just have to grab them.
Now they'll throw it with Griffin. Being chased out left. Throw left side complete. That's Ingram. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. They wind up losing a couple there, so they go behind the original line of scrimmage, and now 3rd and 11 coming up. A nickel look now for the Bengals as they try to stop them here on 3rd down. From the shotgun, Griffin. Eluding the pressure right. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them. You rarely call your punter a weapon, but he certainly was there. How about that? Pinning him down at the 1-yard line and helping out the defense in a big way. I'm telling you what, if I'm a defensive coordinator, I might be thinking safety right now.
Joe Mixon and the rest of his offense making their way back onto the field. He's had a good performance, moved the ball effectively on the ground. Of course, he has the 1 touchdown.
And when you're able to move it as effectively as you've described, that leads to finding a way into the end zone, and now he's just trying to do it for a 2nd time. And, of course, with that comes additional yardage.
Yeah, looking for additional yardage, and again, that 2nd score here in the 3rd quarter. We're in Baltimore, 3rd quarter action, 2nd and 10. Again, it's Mixon. Oh, and he's not going to make it out of the end zone. The push too strong, and that'll be a safety. And, Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preached, it's coached, it's thought about.
And we shift our attention to Mark Ingram. We've seen him be good so far. He's hoping to continue that trend here in quarter number 3.
And typically when you see guys running it this well, they see the game in slow motion, don't they? They see the cuts happen. They see the blocks happen. They feel really good about their vision. And then they use their legs to find that open space.
And he's had some good help up front to boot.
Pick up a 3.
Vision is so important for the man in the middle because his ability to look through all the clutter that's happening in front of him, diagnose a play, and then go make it and finish it, that's when the great ones know that they have the goods.
And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it.
Well, we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
That's an excellent job. Right there on third down, like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a first down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's fourth down.
A 40-yard punt, no return, and the Bengals will take over here first and 10. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And the last time they had the football, they surrendered 2 points on the safety. They don't want to do that one again.
No, not at all. It's almost like a bases clearing double, isn't it? Give up a couple of runs.
Sure.
just messes things up for you offensively. But now they've got to go ahead, take it, set it aside, and move forward.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
The line of scrimmage.
They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
Burrow's
4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. Got an open man. That's C.J. Uzomah. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35.
to CJ.
They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down.
First down, Cincinnati.
Coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end. Let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It's a Bengal first down, a pickup of 11.
First down.
Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's first and 10 up at the 46. And they're going to go jet sweep here. This is Ross with it. And across midfield he goes into Raven territory. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Humphrey on the tackle. It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3 at the Ravens' 47-yard line.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Now Now Burrow to throw on second down. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
He gets this in the hands of Mixon. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. They have the first down with that gain of 4 yards. In a two-score game, obviously, every play, every third down, like we saw there, magnified, big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to third down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow. There's a short one caught by Uzama. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. A gain of 6 there on first.
37-yard line.
That tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. He was looking for his favorite target, A.J. Green, that time. But now it'll be third down.
He's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. And Bengals on third down. Not quite 50%, 4 for 9. This is 3rd and 4. He'll find his running back, Joe Mixon. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. Well, plays like that, Charles, no doubt, they're just going to continue to fuel this crowd.
And this defense is already playing well, but it also feeds on the energy of that crowd that you're talking about, and that takes them up to another level. Right now, they're playing really loose. They've got the lead, and what a nice stop they just made there behind the line of scrimmage.
Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Ravens are going to get the football back. So they really needed points here in a two-score game. Could not come away with anything there on 4th.
And while we know they're a little bit discouraged here, they can't check out of this game. You and I have called a good number of games over the course of our career where we've seen these types of situations. Teams get the ball back, and that miracle does occur. So they can't let that dream go just yet. They have to get stout on defense here.
Yeah, right now really hoping for a turnover. Baltimore with good starting field position as they come up 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. After the penalty, it's Ingram. And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after.
Taken down.
2 yards on the pickup. It'll be second down. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
Well,
that one was all about the defender making life difficult for the receiver. Very tough for a guy to hold on to the football through all that contact. He ends up forcing the incompletion.
The Ravens on third down. They've hit on half of them, 5 for 10. This is 3rd and 9. Flushed out right. He may try and run for this. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. I guess no need to force it when you can do that instead. First down, 18-yard gain.
Now that's a killer because you think you've got it absolutely covered, and then he hot-foots it out of there and picks up a first down. Drives you crazy as a defense.
Looked like, you're exactly right. Looked like a for-sure stop on 3rd, and then the tables turned. On first down, Ingram. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And he'll be taken down at the 26. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again.
Brendan, every great running backs coach I've talked with has always talked about when you have great vision, you're not consciously thinking about your cuts and your moves, you're just doing them. And I think that's what we're seeing tonight. He's about to run them into submission.
You took the words right out of my mouth. I was just going to use that phrase. He has run them into submission.
Wave the white flag.
A gain of 3, second down.
Well, from an offensive perspective, that was a tough run because he only picked up 3 yards. Well, let's flip it over to the defensive side. They now have the advantage. 3 3-yard gains, that means they're punting the ball likely on 4th down. That's what you're looking for when you're playing defense.
And able to get about 3 as he's taken down right at the 20.
The ball carrier, Logan Wilson.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. Now it's Griffin. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Griffin's pass intended for Nick Boyle.
They really had a good drive going there, but a nice recovery by the defense these past few downs, able to knock that one away on 3rd down and bring up what I think for the offense, an unexpected 4th down here.
And Tucker's kick right there, it's good, and that will make this now a 19-point advantage. So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down, but don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Aren't I, though?
And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. Cincinnati set to take over once again. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter. He's going to have the hook up to Ross. That catch good for only a couple. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Now 3rd down is looming. A pickup of 2 on 1st down and just 1 yard there.
He steps out of
that was an okay hook up there with his tight end, but unfortunately, they didn't get the kind of yards they had hoped for. That's going to bring up 3rd down.
On 3rd down, Burrow. He finds his running back, Mixon. And he's going to be brought down short of the first at about the 31-yard line. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down. Did they maybe play that too safely on 3rd down? I know you don't want to just throw a ball blindly downfield, but that didn't help them a whole lot.
I think they probably said if it's open, take the shot. If not, get something safe because we do have 4th down to try and pick it up.
And now Burrow going to be intercepted yet again. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's a guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Ingram. He'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
It's 2nd and 7 from the 9. They'll keep it on the ground. Ingram. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line.
Mark Ingram, the ball.
He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
Griffin now to throw on third down. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really.
A 22-yard attempt.
Tucker's kick is good.
The kick is...
And that will extend their lead even further.
Ravens 46. Bengals.
So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the fourth.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
Here again comes Joe Burrow and the offense for the Bengals. And that interception that ended their previous drive likely also ended any shot they had at victory.
Yeah, long road back from here, no doubt about that one. But let's face it, if you're going to go out there and compete, you want to try and end on a strong note, don't you?
Absolutely. It won't end in a victory like you said, but they can maybe take something positive out of this one. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
It's now second.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
Complete to CJ.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
Second down pass play got him 8 yards. Now they've got a third and a couple remaining. And that will be incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a fourth down. Well done.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on fourth down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. They'll run with Mixon. And he's not going to get the first. I don't even think he made it back to the line of scrimmage. Denied on fourth down is Joe Mixon. And the Ravens get the football back and in great shape. Well, at this stage of the game in the second half, down 3 scores, I guess they felt like they needed to push.
And let's face it, with this deficit, if they give up another score here after they didn't get it, does it really matter?
Right.
It really doesn't. They had to go and try and make something happen if they had any chance of winning this game.
Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the 28-yard line.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Ingram, and he is going to be close to a first down as the tackle made at the Bengals 23.
The give to Mark Ingram.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
Brings up 3rd and
2. They'll try to run for the first with Ingram. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore first down.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on 3rd down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, 3rd down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. And he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
On 2nd down now, it's Ingram. And a nice pickup there as he'll take it from the 10 down to the 5-yard line. Now, after that last play, there's a Bengal down on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Give him a gain of 4, able to and that sets up first and goal now.
First down and goal to go.
They've got 3 tight ends here on first and goal to add some extra mass. They'll try the sneak with Griffin. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. And for them, this train, it just keeps rolling, doesn't it? Well on their way to yet another victory.
Yeah, it's almost a runaway, isn't it? And you just wonder how anyone could stop this. They got full momentum going, full confidence going. But it's not just their own confidence that is leading them. It's the lack of confidence against their opponents now, because they see them coming and think, we've got no shot to beat this team.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. To return it, Darius Phillips. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Throw, but the catch is made. Burrow's a good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Hard to believe his first catch of the game defensively. They bottled him up. That's why they're well on their way to victory.
Put your best cover guy on him and then change the coverages behind him throughout the game. Brackets, double, zone, man, you name it. Make sure he gets a lot of angles.
And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
9 yards.
That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
And that's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
He'll drop this one down to Mixon. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. And Burrow going to throw again to Mixon on the check down. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game. Throwing now, Burrow on first down. Got a man open, it's Ross. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. Now the Bengals going to signal for their third and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game. Throwing again, it's Burrow. They'll set up the screen here to Mixon. Only a yard there, sniffed out well defensively, and it brings up third. They had the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at third down here.
Bengals.
A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory, and the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week, we'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points, allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for Baltimore, their strong September has carried over to October as they move to 5-0. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Philadelphia Eagles. Meanwhile, for Cincinnati, they drop below 500 to 2-3 with a loss. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Indianapolis to take on the Colts. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.